Welcome to Feed Dump, where this week, in honor of Mad Max, it's the apocalyptic future, and that means everybody gets to pick their own names. Why be Steve Derpson when you could be Rectus Erectus? So, in that vein, my name is Dumpiosa, the deal with it. Joining me this week is...
Boner Greg.
You can pick whatever you want.
Yeah, I know.
And Crom Flassus.
Why is it always penises?
It's only mostly penises.
A Chinese security guard has been fired from his job after he was caught with more than 1,000 stolen eggs in his fridge. He says he was going to use them for personal consumption.
Hang on. Was he the security guard in charge of guarding the eggs? Or did they just go, dude's got 1,000 eggs. We can't have him around here.
Can we get through this bit without making an egg pun?
Personal use.
Chinese-style 1,000-egg omelet.
If you eat the whole thing, do you get your job back?
No, but you do die of cholesterol poisoning.
Okay, the ideal use case for this, you get up, you have like a 2-egg omelet. We'll say you have eggnog for breakfast. I don't know. Egg salad sandwich for lunch. Middle of the afternoon, you bake a loaf of banana bread for later. Then for dinner, you have quiche with a frittata on the side. And then custard for dessert. You've still got the better part of 1,000 eggs after that day.
A spokesperson for the factory where this guy works said they were very surprised to learn it was a security guard. We thought he was a hard-working and dutiful guard who enjoyed working night shifts because he didn't have a family to go home to. Now we have found out that he did it so he could roam around and steal without anyone seeing him.
I mean, he was a quiet loner who worked nights. Not at all the sort of person you'd expect to steal a bunch of eggs and... Oh, I see. Yep.
I think we're maybe using too limited a definition of personal use. Maybe he just wants to egg somebody's house really, really bad.
I mean, the dude's working night guard shift in an egg factory. He's probably got a lot of things to be angry about.
I'll show that fucking day guard. Then I'll have the daytime shifts.
Maybe he's more desperate than that. How much fluid is in 1,000 eggs? Could you drown a man in it?
That explanation is really sad.
It's super sad. The idea that because you don't have a family, you enjoy working nights, not working nights is a constant reminder that you don't have a family. No wonder he went Dr. Eggman, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sorry.
I hate that hedgehog.
Does he have a pet hedgehog?
A city councilor in Bremerton, Washington named Roy Runyon is facing off against the opponent of his life for his council seat, his own wife, Kim Faulkner. I just sat down and said, I think the city of Bremerton needs more qualified people to run for office, and I'm going to put my name in the hat, Faulkner said. Runyon's diplomatic response was, wow, boy, I'd think you'd do a really good job. A third guy named Richard Huddy is also running for the seat, and he doesn't want anything to do with whatever's going on between Kim and Roy.
And no dinner time was ever comfortable again.
The third guy in that debate must have been like,
Mr. Huddy, you still have 30 seconds. Would you like to respond?
oh, maybe what this relationship needs is a counselor.
So as we and you, the viewers at home, have most likely noticed, this is kind of an awkward thing to be going on between two married people, and the media has also picked up on that. When asked how his marriage was going, Roy Runyon said, well, up until now, it's been good.
Snap! Snap!
Oh!
Call the burn unit. I don't know.
Somebody call the fire department. Oh, the humanity.
I would never suggest that Mrs. Faulkner should not put her name up for election just because her husband is the incumbent. But that has to make things uncomfortable forever.
Really? Forever?
Roy, could you pass me the salt?
I don't know why I didn't just sit closer to it, considering you're so good at taking whatever seat you want.
That was 60 years ago.
Feels like yesterday.
Police in Chickasha, Oklahoma did not have very much trouble capturing 2 burglars because they found a trail of grease leading from the scene of the crime to their house.
What did they steal?
Grease.
I don't know what we were expecting.
No, see, that's good. I was afraid it was maybe their grease.
It is now.
it is not their grease right now. It is in police custody, making it police grease. And here's what happened. A guy reported a burglary, and his back door had been kicked in, and about $4,000 worth of stuff had been stolen, including like TVs and golf clubs and other electronics, and also his Fry Daddy, which is something that the Oklahoma news report lists as something that I should know what it is. So if you know what a Fry Daddy is, let me know. But according to the police, you probably should dump the grease out of the Fry Daddy before you stole it, but they just took it out and left a trail. And the guy who owned the home solved the crime because he saw the trail of grease going from his back door to his neighbor's back door across the street. What the fuck is a Fry Daddy?
I'm not the world's most up-to-date on the latest LGBTQ terminology, but I assume it's some kind of leather daddy involving food?
I'm fairly sure that chip oil is on the do not use as lube list.
Whoa. Maybe no one knows. Maybe everyone's just assumed that other people know. Like when the guy was reporting it to the cops, he was like, they stole my Fry Daddy. And the cops are like, yes, sir, we absolutely know what that is. I'll write it down. And then he was talking to the reporter later and go, well, the victim says that they stole his Fry Daddy. And the reporter goes, yep, I know all about them. And just prints it. And now we're all here going, what the fuck?
Are you, or do you know what a Fry Daddy is? Please write to
What the crap is a Fry Daddy? Loft 14, 7800 Northwest East Road, Ottawa, Canada. I looked it up. It's a tabletop kitchen appliance. They sell them at Walmart. The biggest one, which by the way is the Grandpappy, can only hold 6 cups. I don't know how these guys fucked it up so bad.
This is worth $25.
Yeah, but that oil though.
$24.
If you know why anybody would steal a used Fry Daddy, please write to Have More Ambition in Your Theft, Suite 8A, Rear Entrance, the 4 quadrillion block of Up Street, Ottawa, Canada.
Well, with that mystery of the ages solved, unfortunately, it's time to call this episode of Feed Dump to a close. But remember, while there may be better sources of news, they don't have this hat, which I realize is the same hat that I wore last week, but other sources of news still don't have it. And this hat has a variety of advantages over many other hats that we have. 1, it is here. 2, I can find it easily. 3, it fits my head quite nicely. 4, modular horn positions. Yeah? Can your hat do that? Don't think so. That's right. This is spring. Oh. Fresh new look for fall. That's right. Please send more hats.
Maybe if you made the quiche the size of a sofa.
A sofa big enough for you to curl up in and cry about how much you loathe eggs.